This man is going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this summer. Last time I saw him was at NFL Honors, walking down a hallway after he had just gotten the knock on the door by David Baker.
That's awesome.
And who knew that we would all be quarantined about 2 months later. So his induction to the Pro Football Hall of Fame delayed a summer, but it is still happening, thank goodness. He is the great Isaac Bruce here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you doing, Isaac?
Rich, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Of course. Absolutely. Give me your favorite Kurt Warner story he doesn't want you to tell me. What do you got?
Oh, man.
Do those exist? No. That he doesn't want you to tell me. Do any of those exist, Isaac Bruce?
No, I think he's pretty transparent, man. I mean, you guys do know that he worked in a grocery store, right?
Yeah, we do know that. We do know that. We do know that. We do know. I think his nickname was Flash in high school because he was a lot faster. Apparently,
Really?
Yeah, I think that's true. It might not be, but I can happy to tar and feather him with that, regardless.
No.
But
he did have a pretty decent jump shot. Anytime we got away to go into the cafeteria where there was a basketball goal. Yeah, pretty good form for a quarterback shooting the basketball.
What was that? They're making a movie out of his story, and so what was that like having a front row seat for all of that, Isaac Bruce, back in your day?
Just looking at it, it was pretty strange to us, the same as it was to everyone else. Kind of story, American-made story, and I can see Disney taking that whole story and making a movie out of it, and kind of just being there to live it. And it was so real at that time, and fortunately, we had a very happy ending come out of it.
No doubt about that. And part of your career too, people your bust is gonna be sitting in the same room as Kurt's, and then one of my favorite people on planet Earth, Marshall Faulk. When you guys got connected, what was your first impression of 28 when you first met him, Isaac?
Oh man, I already had my impression of Marshall way back in his San Diego Aztecs days.
Yes.
San Diego State. I mean, every Thursday night, that old WAC conference was always on, on television, and he'd be running all over the field. And after that, when he landed in Indy, I mean, it just turned into Superman. And, I always say that I legitimately played with three superheroes, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Hakeem, and Torrey Holt. So those guys were awesome. And Marshall, he was the lead way in it.
Hey, I just saw Torrey just a few weeks ago because he was kind enough to run in my charity run for St. Jude this year, and I love that guy. I think he should be next. What do you think, Isaac?
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It would have been much fun for him to be in this 21 class, so we, be 2021, but long time deserving, had a great career statistically. A great person, great guy, father. He just does everything right.
Isaac Bruce here on the Rich Eisen Show. What do you think the lasting legacy of the greatest show on turf is? What we're seeing today.
Well, honestly, there's no ending punctuation behind it right now, because when you look through the league, you still see a lot of teams, a lot of offenses attempting to duplicate what we had. Either from a philosophy standpoint or, if they can manufacture the personnel that we had on that level. So they like throwing it around, and I think, what Mike Martz brought to the team and his expertise and his confidence just resonated through the league, and people are still trying to duplicate it.
Who's trying to duplicate it? What do you see when you turn on a television on a Sunday or a Thursday or a Monday? What are you seeing?
With your personnel groupings from 3 wides, 4 wides, empty backfields, the combinations. I can sit back and just really just name the route combinations from the start of the snap, and the names may be changed, but most definitely they're pretty much a lot of stuff that we ran. And, I like to say that we perfected when we played.
Isaac Bruce, class of 2020, finally going into the Hall of Fame here in 2021, knocking on wood. Pro Football Hall of Famer from the St. Louis Rams, and yes, even the Los Angeles Rams, because that's how you were drafted into the league, correct? By the Chuck Knox, Anaheim-based Los Angeles about to move Rams, correct? Isaac?
Yes, sir. Chuck Knox, 1994, first round draft pick of that year. Wayne Gandy out of Auburn, tackle. And I was a second round pick, 1994, right in Anaheim. So after spending 2 years in junior college in Southern California, came right back to the Rams, but had a great time out here, man. So here we are again.
Nice.
Los Angeles Rams.
That's right. What was that like for you, though? South Florida kid who did play a couple years to get to the University of Memphis and then get drafted, play a couple years in Southern California. What was that like for you to be thrown into that, and then suddenly you're a St. Louis Ram, and all of that was going on for you in your career, Isaac?
Well, I definitely took the unconventional route as far as getting to college. But once I came here in Southern California, I'm currently here in Southern California right now. It was special, man. It had the same type melting pot that I grew up in South Florida. They had a sun that was shining all the time, but the humidity, minus the humidity that I grew up with in South Florida. But just the people itself, man, the culture here was different, and I enjoyed every minute of it.
And was it difficult for you to just actually focus on your craft and get what you need to get done when all this other stuff was going on with the franchise, the team, the move, the locations, and stuff like that for you?
Well, I was in a good place to have really good coaches. Coach Martz, so he was on the staff at that time, and right after the move, he had become my position coach. He was the wide receiver coach, and had great veterans that were in the room with me: Flipper Anderson, Jesse Hester, guys who could really help me develop. So I think I benefited from those people being around constantly, and really just focusing in on becoming a better football player. Having moved around from South Florida to Los Angeles, so I was kind of used to moving, but at the same time, I just had that stability of those guys who were willing to help me and to help me develop.
Isaac Bruce here on the Rich Eisen Show. Julio Jones is now a Tennessee Titan. How do you think that's going to work, Isaac, with him and A.J. Brown, a second-year, third-year player now? They're all with Derrick Henry as well. How do you see that offense playing out now that Julio has joined the mix there, Isaac?
Well, Julio is awesome. He's always been awesome from his days at Alabama and everything he's done in the league thus far. Just partnering up with A.J. Brown, who I feel is another legit receiver in this league. I think the pressure is definitely on Tannehill now because, with the weapons that he has outside and the big Derrick Henry that's behind him, I guess teams are going to come out and try to stop Tannehill and make him have to completely beat them as opposed to, the way it has been, which you turn around and just handing Derrick Henry the ball, 20-plus times, 25-plus times a game. So maybe that defense starts to really focus in and try to force Tannehill to beat them instead of what you had previously.
So who's the best receiver in the game, the one that you'd put your Isaac Bruce hard-earned American dollars down to see? Who would that person be currently in the NFL, man. Isaac Bruce?
I still like Hopkins over in Arizona. I think he's a special talent. Julio, when healthy, he's definitely special. Maybe probably two or three guys that I'd pay to watch play football, play the position. But, I think the league is full of a lot of great talented guys, up-and-coming guys. Every year it seems like we have a guy that seemingly comes out of nowhere and really just hops right into that upper echelon of top 5 wide receivers in the league. So I'm excited about seeing who that guy will be this year.
I mean, D-Hop, he's just – it always seems to me, Isaac, that his catch radius is, almost superhuman. And I've never seen him come when he's got to, tiptoe the sideline. He's got to do the toe drag swag or anything. Mm-hmm. I've never seen his foot out of bounds, ever. It's always he's got an uncanny sense of where he is on the field. How does one do something like that?
Repetition. Yeah, through repetition. being able to control your body movements. I don't think he's the biggest guy, but at the same time, it takes hours of repetition. These OTAs that we see these guys going through right now, the mini camps, and spending time alone, just practicing it. So when the opportunity presents itself in a game, it seems second nature. But he's truly a great talent, man. I love watching him play, and I love when he has to hook up with the Jalen Ramseys of the world, and those guys battle each other, man. Those are awesome to see.
Well, I know who you're rooting for there. How do you see
Absolutely.
How do you see Stafford playing out in this offense for the Rams in Los Angeles?
Oh man, it's like a breath of fresh air. I think not only for Stafford, but for the Rams offensive unit as a whole. I think with his addition, I think that offense is ready to kind of see what we saw in 2018, in the early part of 2019, and I mean, throwing the ball down the field, taking the top off the defense, and a lot less passes behind the line of scrimmage and dinking and dunking. So I think with his addition, man, he'll have that mentality along with Sean McVay, just to throw the ball down the field.
How much contact do you have with the current LA Rams and McVay and everybody, Isaac?
I'm actually going to practice today, so
that's contact. I would say that's contact.
Maybe I get a chance to meet Coach McVay for the first time.
You've never have? Is that true?
I haven't. I mean, it's just things have just happened. It just hasn't happened. But maybe it happens today. But I'll be around the guys today, and it's always a great feeling when you can go to practice and really don't have to participate. So I'll enjoy that.
Okay. Well, McVay's the guy who talks fast. He looks young.
Great hair.
And he's got great hair. Just look for that guy. That's the guy.
Nice hair, huh?
Oh, please. I'm jealous. I'm not going to lie. There we're showing a picture of him right there. Yeah. So before I let you go, the Isaac Bruce Foundation sweepstakes, Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement giveaway. What's that about, Isaac?
Man, it's a cool deal, man. We've partnered with letsengage.com/Isaac, and it's an opportunity for fans to win a grand prize of 2 round-trip airfare tickets to Canton to see the induction, a 3-night stay hotel, 2 tickets for a sold-out pre-enshrinement tailgate, and all of it, it's for $10 to enter into the sweepstakes, and it goes towards the Isaac Bruce Foundation, my Flight 300 program, and we provide transportation to college-bound students in need. And we haven't turned anyone away since 2006. So it's a great deal, great cause. It'll be a lot of fun in Canton.
How can people get involved in that?
They can find all information on letsengage.com/Isaac.
Okay.
And just enter the sweepstakes for $10, and they get an opportunity to win the grand prize.
The grand prize is just to hang out and be a personal guest of Isaac Bruce at the enshrinement ceremony that's coming up. That's planned for this summer. So, Isaac, how does your bust look? I imagine have you still not seen it? Because it's been a year plus. It's still going to be a reveal when you see it.
It's going to be revealed. It looks really good.
Okay.
We did the sizing and everything down in Miami a couple of years ago, but the actual makeup of it we did via Zoom, which was kind of hard. So I really haven't seen the finished product, but
okay.
From everything I saw, it kind of looks like me. Kind of looks like my older brother a little bit. But,
okay.
I'm sure it'll be a nice surprise for everyone.
Is it smiling? Is it smiling Isaac Bruce or all business Isaac Bruce? Is it young Isaac Bruce? Is it Super Bowl grizzled Isaac Bruce? What do we have? What do you think? What do we have?
I think it's the young Isaac Bruce, non-smiling pregame. Let's go play Isaac Bruce.
Okay, yeah. You're focused. I like it. Also, who is presenting you at the hall?
I have Tony Wiley. He's presenting me along with my brother, Samuel Bruce, the one who I fell in love with football, watching him every day go out and play, and his little league journey and his high school journey. So those would be the 2 guys that I'll have participating with me. Okay.
And, you've been waiting a long time, not just this last year, but your entire career. So I say that leading up to this, and I fully understand this is about me. Okay, Isaac, I'm so sorry. But there is an I in Rich and Eisen. So I understand this is about me. There's a lot of people talking. A lot of people. I mean, you got the Centennial class. You got your class.
Oh, yeah.
I know that there's I think the Centennial class might have been handled before. I don't know what the protocol is. But then there's 2021 also. So
Right.
I know you've been a man of few words your entire life. I mean, that's part of your MO. You're quiet. You're reserved. You let your play do the talking. Can you be that guy when it's time to talk in August? Isaac, how long's your speech? What do you got for me?
Absolutely. I feel like my words are more impactful.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, when it's time to speak, I'll definitely have something to say. But I think they're giving us about 8 minutes apiece as far as the speeches are concerned.
Please, 8 minutes. 8 minutes.
I may,
8 minutes is
I may be at probably between 10 and 15 minutes, so it may stretch just a little bit long. But I'll try to honor what's been asked of us.
Okay, no. Look, 10, 15 minutes. I would literally sign for that right now. They were getting poor Kurt. Kurt, the year that he went in, he got up there. It was like a quarter after 11 at night because people are going like 38, 40 minutes. And, like we can't, Isaac, I'll sign for that. I'd have put you in the Hall of Fame a long time ago if I'd known that. My gosh.
Hey, well, I should have had you be my presenter to the selection committee.
I could pound the table, right? I will always pound the table for you. Know this, I've been around Marshall and Kurt a long time. They love you, man. And they were always pounding the table on your behalf or speak glowingly of you every single time that your name came up. But I'm sure you already knew that, but you deserve to hear it. So congratulations on everything.
Thank you, man. The feeling is definitely mutual, man. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Let's do this as the day approaches, Isaac Bruce. Let's do it. Thanks again.
Let's do it, man.
You got it. Super Bowl 34 champ, class of 2020 inductee, finally getting his day in the sun, figuratively and literally. Isaac Bruce here on the Rich Eisen Show. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.